Good evening, students. Welcome you all to StudyIQ IAS English. This is Vishal, faculty of Law Optional and Indian Polity at StudyIQ. In today's video, we're going to discuss an incident of sacrilege that has occurred in Samba district of Jammu division in India. Students, I'm quite sure from the very beginning of your life, you must have been told by your parents or by the society as well as the education institutions to respect the religions of people around you. You must have been told and educated by all of them to ensure that you respect the religious tenets of all the people around you. And the basic humanity teaches us that we need to respect all the religions, because as we respect and honor our personal belief, it is important for us to honor and respect the belief of others as well. But there are certain people who try to exploit the religious distinction between the people, who try to create a wedge between people on the basis of their religious identities for their own personal benefit. Now, in this particular incident, a man by the name of Manjeet Singh, he allegedly entered into Gurdwara Sahib at midnight. Then he tried to set ablaze Shri Guru Granth Sahib by putting some inflammable substance on Shri Guru Granth Sahib. Now, as the video of this particular incident resurfaced on social media, people out of their anger set the house of this particular person on fire. And certain people also tried to bulldoze the house of this particular person. Now, this is not a standalone incident. We have witnessed several such incidents, especially in the state of Punjab. So that's why in this particular video, we will try to analyze these incidents. We'll try to analyze the reason behind this particular incidents and the impact that these incidents can have on the communal harmony as well as the social harmony. We'll also try to understand the law in this particular context. That means, how does Indian law treats sacrilege or any incident in which a person deliberately try to insult the religious feeling of a group of people. And at last, we're going to see, do we have a particular law in this particular country that treats the incident of sacrilege as well as that punishes religious blasphemy. Now, I have already told you the details and the brief facts of this particular incident. In this particular incident, a man, he barged into a Gurdwara Sahib. He tried to set ablaze Shri Guru Granth Sahib, and after the incident resurfaced on social media, the police went into action. He was arrested, but the people out of their action, the people set the house of this particular person or accused on fire, as well as certain people with the help of bulldozer bulldozed or demolished his house. Now, this is not a standalone incident. I have already told you that similar incidents have occurred, especially in Punjab, from 2013-2014 onwards. So, there is a list of several incidents that have taken place in the state of Punjab and which have become the reason of resentment and frustration among the people, because every government in Punjab, whether it be the Congress government that was elected in 2017 or whether it be the Aam Aadmi Party government that was elected in 2022, all of these parties, they have given assurance, and I'll say shallow assurance of one thing, that all of these parties will try to investigate these incidents, will try to find out the real culprits behind these incidents and will punish them as per Indian law. But none of the perpetrators of this particular incidents have been arrested or been tried so far by these political parties. Now, this is the list of this particular incidents that have taken place, especially in Punjab. And now we have witnessed a similar incidents in Samba district of Jammu division as well. So in 2015, we have an incident in an area which is called as Babel Kalan Kotkapura. Then we have an incident in Faridkot district of Punjab. Then we have a similar incident in 2018 in Amritsar. Then in 2019, we have a similar incident in Faridkot. In 2021, we have a similar incident in Amritsar. And in 2023, we have a similar incident in Morinda area of Punjab. And obviously, I've already told you that in 2025, October 10, we have this incident in Jammu district. Jammu area, Samba district. Now, students, we have to understand what is sacrilege. What do we hereby understand by sacrilege? Sacrilege generally means whenever a person deliberately or with malicious intentions try to either damage or defile or destroy any holy scripture or any place of worship belonging to a particular religion. So, whosoever with a deliberate intention, whosoever knowingly and with evil intentions try to either damage or defile or destroy any religious scriptures which is held sacred by a group of certain people or any place of worship or any sacred object, it is considered to be act of sacrilege. Now, as we all know that people are emotionally connected to their religion, people respect their religions, people are connected with their religion, and if something that is associated with or related with a particular religion, if that is destroyed or if that is attacked, so obviously it invokes negative emotions as well as rage from the people. And in multiple incidents across the country, we have seen that such incidents have resulted in widespread riots in which hundreds of people lost their lives as well as the property worth hundreds of crores were destroyed. So that means such incidents of sacrilege, they can be really serious. Such incidents of sacrilege, if they are not stopped at a proper time by law enforcement agencies, these incidents can turn into riots and they can jeopardize the life and property of many people. Now, how does Indian law punish that? So, students, we all know in India we have a law of crime, especially BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So, before the enactment of BNS, we had IPC. So, in IPC, we have several sections that punish a deliberate act that was intended to outrage or insult the religious feeling of a particular class of person or a particular person, or any act that try to damage or defile a place of worship that is held sacred by a group of any people, group of certain class of people. Now, we have similar sections in BNS as well. So, that means if in our country, if anybody tries with deliberate intention to damage or defile a sacred place of worship or to hurt the religious sentiment of group of people or of a particular person, the person can be punished under the relevant provisions of BNS. So, we'll see under section 298 of BNS. It specifically talks about if any person with deliberate intention and with an intention to hurt the religious sentiments of a particular group of people tries to defile or damage or destroy a place of worship or any object that is held sacred by a particular class of people or community. So, such person will be punished with the punishment of up to 2 years added with fine. Along with that, we have section 299 of BNS. It specifically talks about if any person by his words, that means if he has spoken something or if he has written something or even if he has made certain gestures with an intention to hurt the religious feelings of a group of people. So, if somebody speaks something or writes something or even make some gestures or any sort of visible representation, for example drawings, cartoons or any such thing, with the deliberate intention to hurt the religious sentiments of a particular group of people or community, now such person will be punished with imprisonment of up to 3 years. And if any person, as per section 302 of BNS, if any person deliberately, intentionally try to hurt the religious feeling of a particular person by making any sound or by making any gestures within the sight or hearing of that particular person, such offender will also be punished with a punishment of 1 year. So, students, in our country, as per our penal provisions, we do not have very strict punishments. Yes, we do have punishments that range up to 1 year to 3 years. But, for example, as if in the case of Pakistan, the punishment for blasphemy, religious blasphemy is quite high, quite strict. The punishment for religious blasphemy in Pakistan is death sentence or even life imprisonment. So that means in Pakistan, the punishment for committing religious blasphemy is quite high. In India, because we are a tolerant society, we are a democratic nation, we also understand that accused people, they also have certain rights and the law must be humane. Law cannot be disproportionately strict. So that's why in our country, we do not have any such blasphemy law in which a guilty person will be either persecuted or executed, or even put to life imprisonment. In India, if anybody commits act of sacrilege or insulting the religious feelings of a person or a group of people, at most the person can be punished for 3 years. But in India, do we have any special law that targets sacrilege? In Punjab, in the state of Punjab, because the incident of sacrilege, they were repeatedly occurring in Punjab, and there was a possibility that such incidents can provoke religious riots. Because in case of this incident that we have seen in Jammu, the person who allegedly committed the act of sacrilege against Shri Guru Granth Sahib, he himself was a Sikh. Now suppose if the incident has happened and a rumor would have spread that the incident of sacrilege has been committed by any person who was not a Sikh or who belonged to any other community, believe me, there was a possibility of riot. There was a possibility of communal riot, because now the rumor mongering would have started that some people belonging to certain community, they have deliberately tried to insult the religious feeling of a particular group of people, and it would have turned into a religious riot. So that's why, students, it is very important that the acts of sacrilege or any deliberate attempt to hurt the religion's feeling, that shall be thoroughly investigated and the perpetrator shall be punished at the earliest. And as the incidents have repeatedly occurred in the state of Punjab, so somehow it is quite apparent that there is some sort of conspiracy behind these particular incidents, because all of these incidents have occurred in a very short period of time, starting from 2015, then 2023, 2024. So within 9 to 10 years, at least 10 to 11 events have happened. So that means there is a deliberate exercise by a group of people to evoke communal disharmony or to evoke a religious riot and to spread communal disharmony, especially in the state of Punjab. That's why the government of Punjab in 2025 brought a bill. The government of Punjab brought a bill, and the name of the bill was Punjab Prevention of Offences Against Holy Scriptures Bill 2025. In this particular bill, if any person commits an act of sacrilege against any holy scripture, either Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji or Shrimad Bhagavad Gita or Quran Sharif or even Holy Bible, so that person will be punished with at least imprisonment of 10 years, and that can be extended to life imprisonment. And if due to that particular incident of sacrilege, if any riot happens, then, and in pursuance of that particular riot, in consequence of that particular riot, if anybody loses his life or the property is destroyed, then the alleged perpetrator, he will be punished for at least a punishment of 20 years. And he'll also be imposed a fine that can range up to 10 to 20 lakhs. Apart from that, any person who has committed act of sacrilege, after his conviction, he will not get the benefit of parole or furlough. So generally, according to prison rules of state governments, a person who has been convicted, even though he is convicted and sentenced to serve imprisonment, the person on special occasions, for example, if a person has to take an examination or if a person has to attend any sort of personal event, so the person, as per the prison rules, is given parole for 10 days, 15 days, so that the person can attend any event, personal event, even though the person is in prison for committing a crime. So any person who commits of sacrilege as per this particular law will not be given the benefit of parole and furlough even after his conviction. So this law was brought in Legislative Assembly of Punjab, and this law is pending before the select committee of the Legislative Assembly of Punjab, and we'll see that in future session this bill can become a law. So students, in today's video, we have discussed what is sacrilege, how the incidents of sacrilege, they have the possibility of flaring up the communal emotions and they can result in widespread riots. So it is the responsibility of the law enforcement agencies to ensure such incidents do not happen. And if there is a conspiracy, if there is an evil conspiracy behind any such incidents, so such conspiracy shall be nipped in the bud and all the conspirators shall be dealt in strictly as per law, because such incidents can evoke communal tensions. And apart from that, we have also seen what is a punishment. What is a punishment that can be given to a person who deliberately and with evil intentions try to hurt religious feelings of a group of people or a particular individual, or who tries to damage or defile any place of public worship. So in this particular video, we have read all that is required to understand sacrilege and the punishment associated with the act of sacrilege. So that's all for today. We'll meet with a new video. We'll discuss an important event that is related to your UPSC CSE syllabus, and in that particular video we'll try to explore different angles so that you will be able to gain a widespread knowledge that can be handy and beneficial to you for the purpose of the examination. That's all for today. Thank you.